Well, greetings, welcome, hello, namaste, Capricorn. This is your April reading with me. Hi guys, and thanks for joining me. This month we will be using the Rider-Waite deck, 7 cards and then an overall energy card at the end. Now, April is a very powerful month. It's a month this year in particular because it celebrates the Easter energies, where we can connect quite closely with the high vibrational white light of the angelic realm, such as these little angels in the background, and also that of ascended masters as well. It's a timeline in the year, and it happens every year, where there is a thinning of the veil between the spiritual realm and the physical plane. So quite often people can feel very strong messages of past loved ones. You can connect with them in dream spaces. There's often an uplifting or a stronger resonance with clairvoyance activities and psychic abilities. So anyhow, let's see what we have in store for you guys for April. Your first card is your work and prospects. Your second card is home and needs. Your third card is luck and desires. Your fourth card is friends and support. Your fifth card is love and sex. Your sixth card is plans and goals. And your seventh card is the overall energy. So I shall move that down for you so you can see it clearly. You have a nice mix going on here at Capricorn. 1 major arcana, 1 ace, 3 swords, a cup and a wand. So let's start with that first card on the very far top left, the Page of Swords. Oh, and he is also your only court card. Court cards have been out in the month of April, and some astrological signs have had many of them, and you guys have got 1. It just means that often other people are associated in your reading in particular, and when the court cards show up, they often have a set specific message or attitude that they're passing across the reading as well. So this is your work and prospect zone, and this is the Page of Swords. Now the page often emanates a very young energy, so this could be something to do with young people in and around your life in the month of April. And if it's not necessarily that, then it's the energy that this page gives off. So he's standing there on the top of a hill with all the wind blazing through his hair, holding his sword high, ready to just go in and attack life with gusto. So he comes in and he gets action going, he zooshes things up and he makes you get energized. It's that simple. He quite often is very quick acting, and he's just a short energy boost. So something for you guys in and around April and around your work and your prospects of what you want around there. It feels like you're going to rattle the tin and shake things up. So this could be within yourself. You might think, oh, I really need to amp things up. I need to do more. I need to get more going around my career or my ideas or my job. I need to feel more involved with it or more connected. But it could also be that your actual workplace has this like a energy come through it, where there's a whole lot of change take place. People could suddenly hand their notice in, or there could be, some people could be fired and vacancies pop up, and you're left standing there going, whoa, where did all this come from? What's all this about? That's what the Page of Swords does. So oftentimes words can be involved here, and sometimes they can be terse words and they can be very quick, and other times it can be written litigation, so legal contracts. So for some of you, you might be signing contracts that give you more accreditation or more scope within your job, such as a jump within a department, or like a title. You've gone from, say, a standard role to a titled role. Some of you might be signing documentation about your job, about the particulars of it, the health and safety needs or certain requirements or expectations. So there's a whole lot in here about just words, documents, litigation, movement, action, change, quick pace. And that's around your career. Let's go to the next card, the Four of Wands, and this is your home and your needs. It's a beautiful card to turn up for your home card. This is the card of happy homes. Those two people there are holding up a bouquet behind the arches, and they almost could be a couple that have just got married, or engaged, or celebrating a very happy occasion in or around their home. So there's a possibility that this is occurring for you guys in April, that there could be celebrations to do with family or home, or events such like I have just mentioned. This card can even signify the opportunity of an engagement coming. Some of you may propose or be proposed to, or attend a wedding or engagement party. For others, this could just designate that you find great happiness in and around the home. So whether or not there could have been tense times, things might be abating a little bit and smoothing down and feeling more comfortable and flowing better as well. For some of you, you might be choosing to leave the current home you live in, and you could end up going to a much happier, safer and more productive home environment. So that could be happening as well. Some of you might be leaving home for the first time, like away from the people that you've lived with for a long time. So you're moving on and into the newness of a new home. This could be an opportunity as well. But it is a beautiful card, and it bodes positivity, love and happiness and success. So this is around your home and your needs zone in this sector of the reading. Some of you might also feel really connected to your house or home and be wanting to make it beautiful and nurture it and give it love. So you might do a little bit of decorating or something like that. This third card is the Luck and Desires card, and it's the number 2 of Swords. And it's sort of, I think someone else has had this in the same position. I think it's telling you that don't be too pushy with your luck in the month of April. Just be cautious, because number 2 is all about balance of things. And this moon up here could refer to the new moon. So there might be something around about that time of the month in the new moon period where you are swaying like a seesaw, thinking, which way do I go? Which one is the most lucky for me, or which is the best opportunity? So it's about weighing things up rather than just taking a punt. So use some intelligence and some thought as well. You trust your gut instinct and connect, as I said earlier, with clairvoyant and psychic abilities if you can, because that will give you a more connective answer than just, wildly going, okay, I'll just flip a coin. Don't do that. And especially in this particular time period, be more cautious. And this card down here is also giving the same message about caution. So we come to this fourth card, and it's friends and support, and we see the 3 of hearts. The 3 of swords, I always say that. So it's a gloomy looking card, and whenever I see it in the Rider-Waite card, I always get this urge to put a beautiful heart stone over that to heal it, to help some healing energy. It does signify a little bit of pain and loss. So sometimes this can be when friends are leaving. So you might have had a really close group of friends, and for some reason one of them is moving on. Like you might have been university students together and someone's finished their course and they have to move away. Or you could have just been a bunch of adult friends, and somehow one of the friendships is falling by the wayside for various reasons, moving away physically or emotionally. There's just a bit of a lapse going on here. So a pause, a break in the proceedings. Now it can often involve 3 people. So the number 3 is quite relevant in this card. This can signify times when there has even been an affair going on. So somehow someone is hurt by the fact that, and if An affair usually means a third person comes into a romantic scene. So there could have been this going on in and around you, and it might be a friend who's been involved in this, who you turn out to either support and nurture, or you decide, wow, I wasn't too happy with that, so I'll distance myself from them. It can also be an indication of needing to nurture your friendships or your close romantic ties. So if there are discussions or disagreements or arguments or negative energy coming up in and around this time, this would be a time to try and heal them with the use of positive words and positive attitudes. So if you want to keep these friends or lovers, whoever they might be, you need to give it a bit of nurture and a bit of love and try to work through any of the problems that are there. So this is a card where I often think of as it's forewarned, forearmed. But I try to say to people, hello darling, hello, this is Enzo. He's wanting a bit of nurturing and a bit of love and attention, and it's that type of energy, and he walked in just as we were talking about that. So I try to say to people, don't let that card be a negative block. Utilize the power of knowing that if a situation like this turns up, you have to help work through it, and communication is the very best way, and the swords are all about communication. So we come to this next card and we see the Empress, and she is in your love and sex zone. Now again, she's a fabulous card to have turn up in this zone, and this is the only time I've seen her pop out as of yet. She exudes basically sex and feminine energy and love and nourishment and fertility in particular. The cycles of life of fertile harvest and such like. So some of you may even find you could be planning for a pregnancy or trying for one. And if you're not, this is a fertile period, so you need to be a little bit careful and monitor yourself there. Some of you could find this woman walking or person walking into your life, and you could be very taken by her charms and her, sort of sexual attraction. So she has a huge degree of physicality involved in her and sexuality. So there could be this amazing physical connection coming for you guys. And if it's not necessarily just physical, it certainly is a generous, warm, nurturing, loving energy around. And it often involves a female, but it doesn't have to. So it's a beautiful card to have in that position. And I do think also there is definitely something about the physical perspectives of this as well. So for some of you, the physical side of sex is very activated in the month of April too. We come to the sixth card, and this is your plans and goals. And this is an interesting card to have because he is looking at all these things, and they kind of are goals and plans that have been put in front of him, and he's a little bit bamboozled by choice. So it suggests to us that at this point in time, you guys might very well have some plans that you are wanting to, follow for the future, but there could be too many of them, and a lot of them are not right. So you need to take a step back at this point and perhaps reassimilate or redigest a whole lot of things that you've been thinking about, and become a bit more logical with them. Don't get taken over by the fantasy of excitement or the lure of something that seems too good to be true. So be careful at this time of the people you meet and the things that they offer. And this could very well go into this area as well. If you might meet more than one person. There might be numerous people coming your way in April who are attracted to you, and some will be better than others. So there's a whole bunch of little messages going on there for you guys. Your overall energy card is the Ace of Wands, which is fabulous, and I think that's one of the better cards that have been around for the readings as well. The Ace is, brand new offerings coming to you, and a lot of this is creative energy. And our creative force comes to us through the sacral center of our bodies, which is kind of like this lower zone through here. So it activates the sex centers again, and it activates physical energy, but that's where our creative flow, our passion for life, our source energy comes from. And so you've got this as your overall creative energy for the month. So I feel it could be quite a passionate month for many reasons, not just physical passion, but passion that gets enlightened within you and gets kicked into action, which is kind of what you start off with this page over here. So you guys have got, plenty of opportunity here to sort of sift through things, sort things out, meet new people, energize yourself in particular, and energize your plans and goals, and spark something into action. It's really quite cool. Take this with this whole energy for the month and really enjoy it. It is a powerful creative source and force, and it's newness coming into your life. So look for every opportunity where it is possibly going to be jumping into action. So there we are, Capricorn. A nice reading, even though the cards didn't seem that powerful to begin with. It soon got that way. Let's see what your last card is, and we will take from the fourth card down. I'll shuffle. I was just, I don't know what I was doing there, just not shuffling, but okay, so oh, I love that. And I haven't actually looked at all the cards in this deck myself, even though I've been using it. They don't all come out all the time, and that is just a most magnificent card to me. I mean, I don't know what it is, but I'm looking at it and I'm absolutely begobbed by it. It is stunning, and perhaps it's the word, be yourself. It's something I always maintain is the most important thing in the world. That's the connection to our integrity values, to our core values, to the reasons that we come here on earth, to be ourself. So it says, this situation calls for you to be your authentic self, which is the basis for your personal power. Yes, exactly. So I really, really like your reading. And as I said, it's just got stronger and stronger as we've gone on. And now we're talking about personal power and amping it up, and it's coming to you. So any of those situations, especially in the friend zone sector where there was that kind of loss or feeling of loss or pain, you be strong around it, you guys, and you be yourself. And you, I'm only putting those pink stones in there because I'm so attracted to the pinky purple look within that palette of the card. But you have this wonderful opportunity to strengthen everything around you and yourself, and amp up that energy. I felt it really strongly. It was like a surge of energy coming. So connect with it, Capricorn. Call on it and utilize it. It's beautiful. So there you are, guys. I hope you have really, really enjoyed this reading. I think it's been a lovely one, and I thank you all for joining me for it, and I wish you all the very, very best for your April, to vamp things up, boot them into action, be excited at what's coming, and be yourself and empower yourself. So have a wonderful April ahead, and I shall see you all in May. So take care, everyone. Much love. Namaste.